The 1950s bedroom, a time when the way we approach sleep truly began to evolve. It was in this era that the bedroom became a sanctuary where bodies could genuinely recover overnight. Sleep transitioned from mere endurance to a process of repair. Imagine yourself standing in a modest post-war room where the light is soft and the space is quiet. The bed, you see, sits a bit higher than in earlier decades. The goal back then was simple yet profound: to wake up ready for work, to wake up steady, and to wake up without pain. Now let's talk about the sleep surface, which was, of course, the first consideration. In the early 1950s, mattresses began to shift towards inner springs with tighter coils. The surface felt firmer, providing a kind of pushback. Your weight spread more evenly across it. When you turned, you would hear a low metal rustle rather than a sagging groan. This firmness was key in reducing morning stiffness, which was particularly important to both factory workers and farmers alike. Moving on to mattress padding and fill, we see that cotton padding gradually gave way to more layered fills. Quality models still featured horsehair and sisal, but by the late decade, foam began to make its entrance. If you pressed your palm into the surface, it would rebound faster than older wool packs. Less body heat was trapped, sweat dried more efficiently, and recovery improved during those long summer nights. And finally, box springs became the standard. No longer did beds sit flat on rope or slats. The spring base absorbed shock and protected the mattress, while also lifting the sleeper off the cold floor. This design allowed air to move under the bed, reducing dampness and helping mold retreat, which was particularly important in damp climates and older homes. Bed frames stiffened. Steel rails replaced thin wood. Joints locked tight. You hear fewer creaks during the night. Movement stays contained. Partners disturb each other less. Sleep becomes deeper through reduced vibration. This is practical engineering, not comfort fantasy. Pillows changed shape and intent. Feather pillows remained common. New foam and latex pillows appeared in catalogues. They held the neck in line. They resisted collapse. When you roll your head meets resistance, not a hollow. Neck strain drops. Headaches ease by morning. Sheets followed function. Percale cotton gained favor. The weave felt cool and smooth. Fabric slid without grabbing skin. You hear a crisp whisper when you shift. The sound signals dryness and airflow. Night sweats reduce. Skin irritation fades. Blankets, stayed lighter. Heavy layered wool, well, that fell out of favor. Cotton thermal blankets and rayon blends, those took over. The weight dropped, but the warmth, it stayed steady. The chest rises without pressure. Breathing stays calm. Recovery, it really benefits from this balance. Top covers, they became structured. Bedspreads replaced piles of loose layers. They stayed in place, you see. They trapped warmth evenly. The sleeper stopped fighting tangled fabric. Less movement means fewer awakenings. Rest deepens, and all that without effort. Bedroom layout shifted with intent. Beds moved away from exterior walls because, well, drafts mattered. Cold seeped through brick and plaster. Positioning the bed toward the room center stabilized temperature. The air felt still. Sleep lengthened. Windows improved, Double-hung designs sealed better, and storm windows really spread after the war. Nighttime noise dropped. Street sounds softened. Now you hear distant traffic as a hum, not a sharp interruption. The nervous system settles. Curtains grew heavier and blackout fabrics entered mainstream homes. Streetlight glare disappeared and darkness triggered deeper sleep cycles. The body released rest hormones on schedule, and recovery followed predictable rhythms. Lighting changed the pre-sleep routine. Table lamps replaced overhead glare and lower light signaled rest. The eyes relaxed. You switch off a lamp and the room stays dim, not shocking. Sleep onset quickened. Wall colors really mattered. Pastels replaced stark white, Soft greens, blues and creams reduced visual strain. The room felt calmer and the mind followed. This was not decoration alone, it was environmental control. Flooring shifted underfoot. Wall-to-wall carpet spread through suburban homes. It absorbed sound, and footsteps softened. Cold floors vanished. You step out of bed onto warmth, and morning stress drops before the day even begins. Heating systems improved control. Radiators gained valves, and forced air systems spread. Bedrooms were no longer overheated. Windows stayed closed, night chills faded, and a stable temperature protected sleep depth. Humidity control, entered awareness. Bowls of water near radiators remained common. Dry air cracked skin and irritated lungs. Moisture, it softened breathing. Sleep interruptions declined. Daily habits, they adapted to these rooms. People aired beds each morning. Covers pulled back. Mattresses breathed. Sunlight killed odor and mites. Clean sleep surfaces extended mattress life and hygiene. Nightwear changed texture. Loose cotton pajamas replaced heavy flannel in many homes. Fabric moved with the body, skin cooled, circulation improved, rest felt lighter and longer. Evening routines, they became much more simplified. Late, heavy meals, really fell out of favor. Coffee use, too, shifted to earlier in the day. Radio programs ended right on schedule. And then silence returned. The room, through its steady consistency, prepared the body for sleep. Storage was moved out of sight. Under bed drawers and built-in closets reduced clutter, Visual noise dropped and the mind, it rested faster in ordered space. Survival logic applies here. Calm environments conserve energy. These bedrooms supported recovery during demanding lives. Long shifts, manual labor, and limited medical care were the norm. Sleep carried the burden, so the room became a tool, not a luxury. For modern viewers, the lesson is clear. Firm support, controlled light, stable temperature, quiet surfaces, order. Each element stacks up. Remove distractions, support the body, and let sleep repair you. Apply this tonight. Adjust your bed position, lower your light, and choose breathable fabric. Listen to the room. Build rest with intention. Subscribe for more practical history and share this with someone who values real recovery.